about this. Why does he take a limo from the airport, from his private jet to where he's going, back to an SUV to the airport? There's a local Copenhagen's limo service, I guess. Mm-hmm. And normally she has about 12 vehicles on the road during the day. And she said, we thought we weren't going to have many cars due to it being a climbing convention. Her one rental place has 200 limousine rentals. So these people that are coming here are coming in 140 private jets and 1,200 private limousines. Well, you really care about the environment, don't you?
A lot of these figures need those.
Who?
Like Obama, if he was going, he would need a private jet. And
okay, Air Force One, I don't consider a private jet. I mean, we're talking about these are world leaders, yes, but it's not just world leaders going to this. It's people like Al Gore is right there. Al Gore doesn't need a private jet. No one's going to assassinate Al Gore. He's not in political office anymore.
But he's planted enough trees to erase his carbon.
This whole carbon neutrality. I mean, the thing that bothers me.
I think he's a little full of it.
Little,
yeah.
So, I just think that this whole thing is falling apart, and no one's covering it but Fox News. So it looks like it's radical and just weird. But there's an interesting thing I'd like to point out. If you've been paying attention to the news, GE sold their NBC, sold NBC like the network to Comcast. Now, GE is one of these big companies that's involved in these carbon neutral and these green policies.
They have a huge stake in it because they produce the windmills that are purchased.
And the light bulbs and a bunch of other stuff. Mm-hmm. Now that they're not the majority shareholder, I think Comcast might have NBC break this news, and GE is just going to just get crushed, and NBC ratings will go crazy high. I just think it's something you should watch out for.
It's an interesting idea. The entire issue for me, I just have such a struggle because it's undeniable that there is climate change going on.
But the question is if it's natural or man-made.
Mm-hmm. And it's just very interesting because it's tough if you really look closely to find people who do not profit from the green movement. And that is the one thing I have a big problem with. I'm not saying that there's a massive conspiracy. I'm saying this got really popular and other people saw it as an opportunity and jumped on the bandwagon. And I'm not against it because the good thing that does come from this is energy independence.
Yeah.
Because I don't really care. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care how we get our energy as long as we don't get it from people who are trying to kill us.
Yeah, so I guess it's a good thing.
I don't see much of a downside except for the fact these people might be getting tricked.
I'm going to go ahead and say that there is a huge conspiracy. I will be the conspiracy theorist of the group in this. This is bigger than you think, and I'm pretty sure that if you follow the money, people are making a killing.
I don't think it's a huge conspiracy. I just think some scientists
it's a huge
smudged
misinformation. It's more than smudging numbers. It's a huge misinformation campaign. I mean, this is...
Well, it's going to be a lot more than smudging numbers if it sparks extreme expense by the U.S. government to do things that we don't need to do that would possibly kill our economy. Because that's when I'm just exactly like, let's slow down and let's think about this. Let's get some sort of... I don't even know where an independent source would come from.
Yeah.
But you gotta figure something out. You gotta have a real open conference, get news cameras in there and have the discussion.
That's the key, is that news stories have to break. And once that news story breaks on major networks, it'll happen. But the one thing you said, that you're not against it because of the whole energy independence thing, I think that's a good part of it. Like, yes, we'll get energy, independence, but we're not going to get it through effective ways. Wind power isn't going to be the only thing that will save us. It doesn't create enough power. And it's causing all these huge problems because companies are having to spend extra money to get these green energy, energy to their buildings. And especially car makers, which, as we know, was a huge problem of this economic crisis, are being forced to meet these ridiculous emission standards. And if it's for naught, then you killed a huge chunk of our economy just so a couple people can make money, Al Gore.
Well, yes, I think that is an argument, but also something else that good comes from what you just cited is efficient cars. And with fuel prices the way they are,
but there's a better way of doing it. There's a better way of doing that than to just scare the heck out of people that if we don't stop driving SUVs, the world will end. How often do
Americans react to something that they are not immediately threatened by?
Okay, but you can't profiteer off of scare tactics.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. I agree with you that it's the wrong thing to do. I'm just saying that if you're going to get them to do it, I don't know of another way to do it. All right. Well, that's our show. Thank you for listening. If you missed any part of it, you can go ahead and look us up on YouTube. We have the Informavores channel. And if you have any topic suggestions for us, go to Facebook, Twitter, or email us at informavores11@yahoo.com. But do keep in mind, we will not be on the air for a month and 1 week, actually. My goodness, 5 weeks we will not be on the air, so all three of you will have to find something else to do with this 2-hour period of time. Pay attention to our Facebook and Twitter pages, and we'll pop something. I don't know how else we'll advertise it, but we will be changing times and perhaps stations. So thank you for listening, and have a good holiday season. My goodness.